Hi there, fellow entrepreneur. Now that we know what is not a real strategy, it's time for me to explain what is a real strategy. Now, a strategy in its simplest form is the answer to the question of how we will reach the goal we have defined. So when faced with a challenge, such as fixing a problem or achieving a goal, the actions needed to solve the problem to achieve the goal, that is a strategy. Now, the process of creating a strategy and implementing the strategy, analyzing it and iterating on it is a bit more involved, and I will teach you how to do just that in the following lessons. But in its simplest form, a strategy is a list of actions needed to be performed in order to achieve the goal. So a strategy is the answer to the question of how. Here is a simple example. If you're faced with a problem, say such as a punctured tire in the middle of nowhere, what do you do to fix the problem? I mean, the implied goal is for you to either get to where you want to go and take care of the car later, or to, get the tire fixed so that you can get on with your journey. And these two options represent two different directions, and they will require different actions. In choosing your direction, we need to understand the situation. That is the conditions surrounding us. So are we in a hurry, or do we have plenty of time? Are we going to run out of food and water, or is that not a problem? Do we have mobile, coverage so that we can make phone calls? You get the idea. So before we make decisions, we need to analyze the situation and then make a decision in terms of the direction. What option is the right one for our situation? And then we can map out the actions. So if you choose to leave your car behind because it's most important for you to go to where you need to go quickly, and there are options for you to do that versus fixing the tire now, then one direction is simply based on that decision to leave the car behind. And following this direction, you need to answer the question, how do I get out of here quickly? And this could be as simple as calling a taxi. So in this scenario, your strategy is simply to call a taxi. So the taxi is the answer to the question of how you will achieve your goal of getting out of here quickly. You have some residue stuff to deal with later, namely how you'll fix the car later, but you can deal with that later because getting to where you need to go is most important in this scenario. That is your goal. Now, the other direction would be to fix the tire and then go on with your journey. And in this scenario, you may decide that the right thing to do is to call a towing truck and accept that it may take hours for that to show up and hours to get to the tire shop. But that would be okay because you are not in a hurry and you rather want to go where you want to go with your car. So your strategy is to call a tow truck, go to a tire shop, accept that it may take a lot of time and possibly even having to sleep in your car, but you will be on with your journey once the car is eventually fixed. So the strategy is simply put the answer to the question of how we will achieve what we've decided is our goal. And I know we covered in length what is not a strategy in the previous section, but in this concrete scenario, it is too tempting. So I have to use this opportunity to give you a classic business bullshit version based on this example. We will arrive at our destination earlier than all our competitors and deliver an unparalleled homecoming experience. And this is classic buzzword bullshit, and while everyone involved may clap their hands and jump up and down around the car that has a punctured tire, being energized by the atmosphere created by this aspirational shouting of pseudo goals, the real question, how the fuck do we get to where we need to go, still stands unanswered. You get the idea. And with that, we can move on to the framework, understanding the key ingredients in a strategy and the process of creating a real strategy for you. See you in the next one.